I came across this video where these chicks are in the office and they're like 5'3" in a mini, 5'3" in a mini, and they're like cheering on the person with the camera on them, or itty bitty titties in a bob, itty bitty titties in a bob. Call me old fashioned, but I miss the days where a, a woman would get fucking smacked just for even having a look on their face thinking about saying some shit like that. That's fucking horrible. The thing is, it's addictive. I don't know if it was intentionally cringe or unintentionally, but I just can't stop watching that. It's 8:15 in the morning and I have not been to sleep. I've just been pilled out of my mind, just bed rotting. And that's like a thing, bed rotting, and it's a question of whether or not it's supposed to be rejuvenating or if it hinders your health. And there's debate behind it. I'm very pro bed rotting because nothing fucking matters in this life. Happy New Year, by the way. Nothing matters, and it's just all meaningless. It's just the easiest way out. Our minds are colonized. Our attention has the biggest price tag it's ever had. Why not? What experiences are we seeking? I think bed rotting and social media and algorithms and everything, I think it's gotten us to a point where it's enough attention for now. We do the most shallow things when we're looking for experience. We're fucking living for the weekends, and which, by the way, anybody that lives for the weekend, get the fuck out of here, shallow pieces of shit. There's no fucking point in it. I guess for many young women and men, it's a rite of passage. You got to do it. What better age to do it than your early to mid 20s? Even sometimes people stretch it into their early 30s, and that's fine. If that's what makes you happy, then do it. I much rather rot in bed with another introvert. I much rather text my friends who are also rotting in bed, rotting inside the house, making sure they're getting their rent's worth. That is one thing I did in Chicago when it's all said and done is I made sure I got my rent's worth. The Chicago episode, I was like, I'm doing the city a disservice. I'm a waste of space. This is too much of a soulful city. I feel like I'm taking up space for somebody that could actually take advantage of the city and its resources. I spent all my formative years in Colorado Springs. I was a fucking waste of space there too. I didn't hike. I didn't smoke. Wasn't in the military. I didn't snowboard until 11 years of living back there. And when I did, it was fucking horrible. I'd much rather be compatible and text my friends who are rotting in bed than I would hanging out with them. And maybe the whole living for the weekend thing, maybe that's just me being a dry drunk. But even when I'm not going to say raging alcoholic, I didn't even want to be out. And when I was out, I saw nothing but shallow people getting drunk, being dumb. And that's fine. That happens when you drink. I'm thinking about taking a little break in sobriety because I'm getting so fed up and life's meaningless and it doesn't do anything for me that I'm thinking about, hey, let me just fucking trick myself and get drunk for 3 months every weekend. Just enough for me to fool myself, and then I can go back and ramp up the hating life and just make it a everlasting cycle of just being a fucking bendering, can't stay sober, recovering alcoholic to relapsing alcoholic. I think that's enough for me not to fucking kill myself and or torture myself with how mundane, miserable, and bleak life truly is. Who, with it being January 1st today, who are we fooling with New Year's resolutions? You're a piece of shit. I get the romanticization. It's a new slate, yada yada. Well, fuck. But why are you fooling yourself? At what age, me personally, hopefully it's not rhetorical, but at what age did you stop making resolutions, giving yourself a false beacon of hope? Some people stick to them. I think that cousin of rock bottom or that click where it's holy shit, I'm a fucking piece of shit, society's a piece of shit. Life is meaningless, but I got to give myself some meaning. I got to keep myself entertained. When you stop making resolutions and thinking the new year's a true slate, where it's like fucking PTO at a job you hate, where it's first of the year you get all those fucking hours back in your life and the hours of motivation. It doesn't exist. You're fooling yourself. But when you finally do cross that bridge and get in check with reality, you look back and you're like, holy shit, I really did make New Year's resolutions. That's fucking insane. I'm a piece of shit. I should always be fucking trying to better myself. I shouldn't chip away at 2/3 of a resolution and then just be like, oh, okay, that's good enough. I'll settle for that. Maybe I'll adjust this next situation and get as close to it as I can, and then I'll just fucking forget about it. And then some time will pass, be like, oh shit, I never did them. Oh, what's a cousin of that resolution that I can start to think of for the next year? It'll be this endless childish cycle. The true resolutions are you're going to hate life and you're going to want to die. But you know that's scary because it's unknown what happens after. So you're going to try to make yourself happy. And I really hope you make yourself happy. You don't do things or view yourself in the eyes of what you think people view yourself as. If you want to drink, fucking do it. If you want to do drugs, if you want to eat a lot, if you want to live for the weekends and be shallow and think that gives you fulfillment, then please do it. Fucking bed rot. Or be on the argument aside on the other side where bed rotting's not healthy and it's just another symptom of depression and anxiety, and that's just bullshit. It is. Yeah, life's meaningless, but we have the freedom to explore things in the time that we're allowed outside of a 40-hour work week. I would maybe suggest stop absorbing so much content, so many hours logged on social media. It's a nice escape for those days you're not drinking and living for the weekend. They say, ooh, dating will never be the same because of the apps. That's fine. Adapt. Quit being a bitch. If you truly have a problem with it, start going out and meeting people. I don't know. That's weird. I don't want to do that. I don't want to meet anybody. Even outside of dating, I'm humming a different tune here because I just happen to be very lucky and have the best woman in my life that I could possibly ever have. So maybe it's bias and I'm projecting, but I don't know. I found her when I was off the dating apps, ironically on the internet. That's just what happens. You stop looking for shit. You stop looking for this fulfillment that you're cued to say, oh, I'm in my 20s. I should be drinking. I should be going out. And then shit just happens. I don't know if it's a simulation or whatever the fuck it is, but it just happens. It works out. If it truly doesn't, then I don't know. Keep chipping away, trial and error. It is a damn shame that life is so meaningless, but we have this ability to trial and error and find things that bring us fulfillment. Who knows how long it could take, and then you're going to die, and we don't know what happens after we die. It is anxiety inducing. But the most important thing is to just do. Failure is progress. You went to the gay club and you sucked a fucking cock. And I think that's okay if you didn't like it. I think it's okay if you did. Okay, so you like weed, you know a lot about weed, you started selling weed, and then you weren't making too much money, and then you happen to be rolling by middle school and high school at about 3:15, and you had enough to lie to children, and now you're making more money selling weed than you ever. You're using your resourcefulness to these kids that don't know a damn thing about weed. It's trial and error. It's okay if you don't figure that out in your 20s, but maybe you nail it in your 40s. I don't know. It's trial and error, folks. This stupid fucking podcast. Don't even get me started on that. I'm not saying I found even a lick of success, but it occupies my time. I fucking film something and I use the internet tools, AI, and then I got something that I don't know if I would call it being proud of, but it keeps me busy. And I guess that's enough to help me fall asleep at night despite not falling asleep and just bed rotting, which I highly recommend more people do. My biggest beef with Chicago is not even with Chicago itself, it's just with me. I think I moved to a city with too many people in it. I can't believe New York and LA were even contenders or even romanticized. It's too much. Fucking 2020 work from home. And these trains are just filled with people and it's disgusting and I don't want to talk and it makes me anxious. I don't like it. I don't like connecting. I'd much rather be getting my rent's worth and recording nonsense and posting on the internet. And when I'm not doing that, it's just scrolling social media endlessly. It doesn't make me feel fulfilled. I wouldn't go that far. Groke tells me experts have weighed in, suggesting that while occasional rest in bed can be beneficial, excessive bed rotting may lead to disrupted sleep patterns, potential mental health issues, and even physical health concerns like decreased muscle strength or cardiovascular risks. The practice is criticized for blurring the lines between sleep and wakefulness, which might affect overall well being. No shit. Who are these fucking experts weighing in on a term like bed rotting? It's insane. No fucking shit. And you got these fucking people that take societal cues and they're like, no, it's bad. It's gonna fuck up your mental health. And yeah, first of all, we live in a fucking country where we glamorize everything. We add layers of superficiality, and that's just what America is from its inception. Like, oh, these fucking stupid 13 colonies is sicker than this place that's had the greatest army and navy and has dominated the world for some centuries now. Yeah, it's awesome. Seeing a lot of things like that on the internet can be bad, but it is an escape. But just like anything else, excess can be bad. What's worse, going out to the bar and getting denied by 5 fucking hot women and then fucking some fat bitch? And no disrespect to the fat slut, but it's just that can't be too much better than connecting and actually having real sex. The equivalent, but inside your own house where you get a nice buzz. And oh, what's this? This celebrity. Oh, Kim Kardashian, Santa baby. Oh, her cleavage looks good on that photo of her and Macaulay Culkin. I think I'm gonna jerk off to a deep fake of Kim K because those angles on that Ray J video aren't that great. Or I'm just gonna find some insanely hot porn bitch and jerk off to her. Either way, I don't think esteem necessarily arises in both situations, but I think it's good to be aware. I jerked off to a woman that I would never have a shot in hell with, and I stayed at home. I did save some money. Maybe next week I'll meet up with friends at a dive bar. Hopefully the music's not too loud, and I'll have some connections with my friends over a few beers. Maybe if I see a chick that meets my standards, I'll approach her. If that doesn't work, then I don't know. How else am I supposed to meet a woman? I can't be swiping on these dating apps. And if I just approach a woman, especially in this heated political climate, I'm either a disgusting pig or I'm just a normal guy and I meet a woman that's giving me the time of day. And of course, politics have to come up. Oh, who'd you vote for? I didn't really vote at all. Oh, you didn't vote. I guess I swing a little left. I'm pretty progressive. I always want to be on the right side of history. I virtue signal and repost all the positive, quote unquote, right side of history things on my Instagram story. And it's like, oh, you didn't vote for fucking Daddy Trump. You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a lib. The woke mind virus got you. Does that hurt your self esteem more than jerking off to the bitch you don't have a shot in hell with? I don't know. That's just life. It's a series of that. Doesn't have to be hooking up with someone or meeting someone in real life or jerking off to porn. It's just constantly contradicts. There's nothing guaranteed. Happiness isn't a guarantee in life. It's not. The biggest thing 2024 has taught me, and it's not even this year, you don't know who the fuck you are. And if you do, we are a lot more similar than we think. We think we're quirky. We think we have individualism, and we do to an extent. We want to wear them like badges of honor, and that's fine. And I think that truly does make you unique. But you shouldn't get too lost in that disillusion because I truly think we're all more similar than we may think. I don't know who Josh Galore is. That's me if you're just tuning in. But I know a few things that might make the guy happy. I know a few things that might make the guy sad, mad, flustered. And why don't I just start from there and then work on the outside? I don't know. It's just a thought. I still fucking hate everything. But we'll see, folks. Life is fucking meaningless. But if you're a group of women in an office making stupid videos, I truly think you might have a leg up in this world and give you fake self-esteem points. And I think that's important. I really do. And if it's not that important, what it will do is you will ride the wave and think you earned so much self-esteem that you truly didn't. And then you'll realize that you didn't. And it's all meaningless. And then survival of the fittest. And then Darwinism will kick in. And the people who truly deserve to kill themselves. Because, believe it or not, folks, killing yourself isn't deserved in all cases. But in the case of these office women making a stupid video I can't stop watching every time I come across it because I'm rotting in bed. Happy New Year, guys. I'll see you Friday.